Hubbard fires them. Here they come. He's got the lead down in the front straightaway up to turn number 1. It's going to be Austin Hubbard, Rick Rickman, Steve Francis, and Jason Clyburn right now. Your top four.
And look at Rickman. Had second place, surrendered it to Francis, went right back after it. He knows this place real well, and he's going to sit right there in third.
He'll hang over that starting spot as Hubbard stretches it out over Francis. It's still Rickman and Clyburn. The Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell infield.
Well, McDowell's on the outside looking in, along with Coffee and Door, but that could change. We saw that in heat number 1.
Very well good. Heat number 1. Very interesting there. 4 wide for third. It's still going to be Rick Rickman, Jason Clyburn, McDowell, and Coffee.
Yeah, big Coffee. Oh, Clyburn got it to Dale McDowell. They got it all straightened out, and what a job of driving by Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy doing a heck of a job right there. Jason Clyburn gets into the side of the 17M car of McDowell.
And Big Coffee's going after McDowell. Here comes Byers and Door. 4 cars are going to be racing at close quarters.
Hubbard stretching that lead out now over Francis down the back stride. Here comes Rick Rickman.
Clint Byers got him a transfer spot with just 2 to go. White flag the next time by Rickman, back around McDowell.
It's going to be interesting. The 4 cars stacked up behind Hubbard. Who's it going to be? It's Francis, Byers, and Rickman. McDowell. He's on the outside looking in. The white flag waves.
1 left to go for Austin Hubbard and Steve Francis, Clint Byers, and Rick Rickman. Coffee and McDowell running out of time. Ross are in 4.
The time is run out. The checker flag's up. Austin Hubbard.
The only driver to win his heat race from the pole here tonight at Columbus Speedway, Austin Hubbard. And Austin, this racetrack tonight, on the hammer, up on the cushion, and is that what you hope to see?
Yeah, this track's definitely in my wheelhouse. I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself every time I go out there because you're just running your butts off when you're going. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely different than the stuff I'm used to. But it's cool to come down and run stuff like that, and hopefully we can be good for that feature tomorrow because that's what pays.
The way the racetrack was tonight, a fat cushion, and you were up on that. Do you think 100 laps here, if it holds a cushion like that, do you think it could be a challenge to keep a car under you?
I don't. As the night went on, the cushion tended to get more harder and harder to run on. It kept getting real rough and real. It was a big cushion, so it might do that again, which makes it kind of hard to run on that. Which actually, I mean, if I got to watch that last heat, and it was a real racy heat, so maybe it'll be like that tomorrow. We can run all over it and have a good race.
You've never been here before, obviously. Would you compare it to anywhere else that you race that you consider yourself to run well at?
I don't know. It reminds me. You kind of drive it like Bardstown a little bit, real close to the wall on the hammer, but it's definitely its own entity, and it's a cool place, and it's definitely a good place to have a big race like this.
100 laps. Do you think for your game plan, whether you start first or you start 8th, do you think it's something you go after from the drop of the green flag, or do you think you're going to have to pace yourself?
I think you're definitely going to have to pace yourself. This track seems to be pretty hard on equipment. A couple people, knocked some tires off in the heat and stuff, and people have been tearing their decks out and stuff. So you got to make sure you're there for the end of the race. But then again, you can't hold back to the point, where people are driving over you. You're losing spots. So it's a catch-22. You just, I've never been here, so I'm not real sure how it's going to go. But hopefully it's racy, and hopefully we're, up front when it counts.
Austin Hubbard, he was up front tonight as he wins heat race number 2 at the Cash Cow 100. A wild race we had tonight. You were up front for a while. You fell back toward the 10th position, and then late in the race, it was like your car came back to you.
Yeah, really, we had a good car all night. I just didn't make the right moves at the right time, and kind of on them restarts, the tires would cool down so you could run that bottom real good. And then once them tires got hot, I should have moved wide instead of sitting in line, and maybe I could have picked a couple off and run a little bit better, but it's a good night. Car, it's in one piece, and we got a top 5. Good points night, but I don't like to have to win.
You were really attacking the cushion, and late in the race, in one of those restarts, you went up there and hit the cushion, and the car bounced about 4 times. And were you a little worried that might do you in?
Yeah, I thought that might have snapped the drive shaft as hard as we hit, but I mean, I was just trying to go for it there, and that cushion was a little too treacherous to go out there in 3 and 4. So but we seemed to be pretty good at 1 and 2 in the cushion. But you know, it was a good night.
A good points night for your 5th place finisher, Austin Hubbard.